Hello, Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to A Link to the Past Randomizer Open League Season 6. We have Sailor Nep versus Sir Linkalot. I'm joined by my co-commentator Blue Link P3.
Hello everyone, I am really excited for this mode. It's certainly an interesting one, that's for sure.
Yep, it's Champions Ganon Hunt, which, to summarize what that means, our runners are looking for 2 Triforce pieces that'll make Ganon vulnerable. But those Triforce pieces are either on Pedestal, Pyramid Fairy, or in GT Basement, so they have to choose which dungeons they want to do and which Triforce pieces they want to get.
A couple other things, we have starting boots, as you can see on the inventory screens, and also we have a big key shuffle.
Yep, and we're going to get started in just a second here.
Oh, and let's not forget our wonderful tracker, Zorinder, clicking all of the buttons and keeping us honest.
Trackers are MVPs, as we all know. And we're off. We get a nice 3-pack of bombs from Sank. That's awesome.
We have an interesting palette shuffle on Sailor Nep's side. It looks like it's autumn in Hyrule.
Oh, fall's my favorite season. So you love to see it. Doesn't look like we're going to get a lumberjack check from either of our runners. I guess that's not crazy surprising.
Nice red rupee drop on the tree pull there.
Oh yes, money's not going to be a problem. Doesn't look like Sailor Nep's gonna go get that tree pull. Oh, maybe no? Nope. That's
interesting.
That's easy bottle vendor money.
Sir Linkalot on the meanwhile going for a second tree pull to make up for Sailor Nep not doing one.
At least we'll get to see what's in Blindside.
Oh, well, there's all our money.
Yeah, okay, we're fine.
Oh my!
Oh gosh, okay, never mind. We don't need it. Who needs tree pools, man? We've got Zora and bottle vendor money. But we did get glove, so that's a good first thing.
Yeah, and a bottle, always nice to have by the time you're in CAC for your first trip.
Yeah, Sick Kid's one of those checks that's a little awkward to come back to until you have Dark World access. Nothing in the well, which is a little unusual. Oh, but we do get our first big key, and it's the big of Misery Mire. Of course, we don't know what Misery Mire is, but... Oh, and we get our second sword, actually. Master
That's
Sword.
really nice to have early on.
Yeah, we won't have to be scouring extra dungeons for another sword.
And since we're just swimming in money, Sailor Nep is going to go buy some bombs.
I mean, why not? Alright, and we're gonna see what's in back of tavern. A shovel. Interesting.
Well, that's
I
not the
can,
worst location for it.
yeah, we can easily route in that check as we go around and do race game. Yeah, we're not interested in 50 rupees. We just robbed blind. And just a heart container on race game. Does look like Nep's gonna go and get the dig spot. I like this. Ooh, and we get Moon Pearl. We
That
have
is some really valuable buried treasure.
for sure, for sure. I think we only need Hammer to get our Dark World access.
Yeah. Oh, wow, more money.
Alright, well, I guess this is just a money seed. Rich seed. It looks like we're gonna go to Mini Moldorm Cave and ignore the dam for now.
Yeah, if you want to go to Agina, it makes sense to leave the dam so you can do that and then head west. But it looks like Sir Link-a-Lot has other ideas.
Master Sword makes this so much easier. I love it when I don't have to bomb Mini Moldorms. Oh, there's a hook shot.
Well, we could take that up the mountain out of logic if we wanted to. Tragically, we are not going to see Sir Link-a-Lot pick up that shield.
Is it tragically?
The mirror shield is my favorite item. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who agree with me.
Alright. Well, just to remind everyone who might just be tuning in, this is Champions Ganaha. Our Triforce pieces are either on Pedestal, Pyramid Fairy, or they're in GT Basement. The 3 different pieces are in those locations. 5 crystals to open GT. Obviously 3 pendants for Pedestal, and the red crystals for Pyramid Fairy.
Okay, well, there's another shield we're never going to get.
Looks like we're only going to be maxing out at Red Shield.
It's always funny when you get a full heart refill from Waterfall Fairy when you're in a fake flipper state. Alright, so we're gonna go lighten our pockets because we got all this cash that we don't know what to do with.
And we'll continue not knowing what to do with after this. Oh, but Fire Rod? Zora not a scam!
Yeah, definitely something we probably need. And sometimes you just gotta pay 500 rupees for it.
Honestly, that's probably more worth 500 rupees than the flippers that Zora normally sells.
Yeah, there's no fake fire rod in the game, unfortunately.
We're gonna see Under the Bridge from Sir Link-a-Lot. Just a heart piece.
Okay, well that's our third shield. And we did get the Hyrule Castle small key, so Sailor Nep is going to venture into Dark Cross. This is in logic because she has the fire rod. But she had one shot and she used it.
Well, these players are generally good enough to be able to be comfortably go through Dark Cross, especially with a sword.
Oh, of course.
And as a reminder to chat, make sure to follow our runners. They're gonna put on a great show for you today.
Well, just a second bottle in Dark Cross.
Was it holding anything? I didn't get a chance to see it.
It was a bee of some variety.
I love the bees.
They're really nice to have when you have to do mini Moldorm Cave with very little equipment. Okay, chat's got all the wordplay today. I appreciate it.
Alright, now Nep's gonna do Dam, and maybe route in Agina as well.
Looks like Sir Linkalot is going to do the back of escape.
Yep, seems to be an Agina. I think this, well, no, this could be Lamp, because I think Logic's kind of gently pointing us towards Mountain. It could also be our Dark World access.
And it is neither.
Well, that tends to be the case. So I think Saha's closet's about the only thing we have left.
But
And
it looks like Sailor Nep is going to go up the mountain.
yeah, I don't blame them. Oh, and we also have Zelda's cell. I forgot about that, but so do I think everyone. Until about 2 hours in. Oh, we're actually gonna get a lumberjack ledge check now.
Yeah, you're in the vicinity. It makes sense.
Okay, only a heart container, so no Aga 1. Sorry, chat. But hey, it's probably a pet seed, so... There is a not insignificant chance that one of our players will pull pedestal. One might argue 2/3 chance.
Well, that's bottle number 3.
That's very nice. Did we not see Uncle? I guess not. They both started to sink. And that's the big of Ice Palace?
You know, by the end of the week, it would be interesting to look at the statistics on which Triforce pieces our runners picked up.
Oh, I agree. I'm gonna guess a Pyramid Fairy pedestal spread is gonna be more favorable. Oh, there's Hammer.
So we just need a mirror, and that mushroom could very well be the key to that hammer.
Oh my god. I'm starting to grow like a real disdain for these fetch quest items.
At least give us a flute if we're going to have to do all this.
But we're gonna see Zelda Cell from Sir Link-a-Lot, so... Really curious. Okay, and we're gonna go to East Death Mountain out of Logic for Nep. And it's out of Logic because we don't have Lamp right now.
Notably, if we find the lamp or flute up here on the mountain, we know the other one had to be available somewhere.
Nothing in Zelda Cell, so Zelda Cell is not the answer. I think that leaves Mushroom or Saha and Eastern.
And looks like that's where Sir Link-a-Lot is headed.
Ooh, there's Mitz. That's Dark World access for Nep.
So all of our Dark World access was up here on the mountain, locked by either the lamp or the flute, which Sir Link-a-Lot is hopefully going to find very, very shortly. We did just see a map check. We had crystals at Eastern and Hera, and the green pendant at Desert.
And the flute's in Saha's, the lamp's in Saha, so I mean double logic really.
Wow, thanks, Saha.
That's your mountain care package all in one.
So now with Sailor Nep having Dark World access, is she gonna go to Saha soon?
I don't know. I think the first thing you do is unlock the flute though. Or free the duck, whatever you want to call it. Because that just enables you to get around Hyrule much quicker. After she clears up all of these,
Okay, I saw Pendant Mire. It looked like the red crystals were Swamp and Thieves Town. I didn't catch the third pendant, though.
To be honest, these runners still do their map checks a little too fast for me to keep up. I see maybe one or two things. Nothing on Dark Death Mountain so far. But Sir Link-a-Lot is gonna go get his Dark World care package. Or at least the mitts.
It'd be funny if the mirror was right here in Hookshot Cave.
The big key to Eastern.
Our ever-diligent tracker has marked Skullwoods as the third pendant. So I'm going to assume that's correct.
I will also assume that's correct. Very nice. So,
Oh, we have someone in chat asking what this mode is. This is Champion's Ganon Hunt. So there are 3 Triforce pieces. One of them is on Pedestal, one of them is in Pyramid Fairy, and the third one is in Ganon's Tower basement. We need to get 2 of those to go fight Ganon, and you only need 5 crystals to enter GT.
Yep. I think Ganon Vulnerable means that the pyramid's open, so you could not have to do GT at all. Oh, Temper! That's super nice. Nep released my sweet golden bee. No. Looks like Nep's gonna go to Zelda Cell now.
But not Uncle in. Oh, no, she seems to have changed her mind.
Yep, Uncle first. That makes sense. Nep's following logic here, I think, to try to find basically mountain access or whatever. She took a quick dip outside of logic, trying to follow logic back in though. Which is understandable, although she could do Thieves Town, Village of Outcasts now.
You know, I do like following logic in this case because your Dark World access is out of logic, both pieces.
That's fair. You think she's hoping for flute?
Definitely, I mean, if I was hoping for one of them, it would definitely be the flute over the lamp.
And our runners are going to be retracing each other's steps for a moment. So, do you think that Village of Outcasts is our next major play? We do have Fire Rod for Skull Woods.
I mean, I can't think of much else we would want to do at this point.
We could do an early Eastern dip, but would rather if we had bow for it. And I don't think we'd want to do Eastern at all if we weren't planning on going into GT. So let's look at our requirements here. We need a fire source. We need Cane of Samaria for the pendants. We need either book or mirror for the pendants also.
And if we want to do the red crystals, we would need the mirror anyway for swamp.
Right. And flippers.
Oh, those two. So King's Tomb we haven't seen before, and nothing of consequence.
Looked like Bombos on TR.
I would agree with that assessment.
I'm not seeing a clean route yet. So ideally, to optimize this sort of seed, you'd only want to do 5 dungeons, but sometimes you need to go dip the non-required dungeons to go get items you need to clear dungeons, so it's...
Yeah, in an ideal world, you would do the 3 pendants and the 2 red crystals, or the 2 red crystals plus 3 other crystals. Oh, Sailor Nep is not happy with Saha. I think she knows she was going to find something interesting here.
And there it is.
So I think our runners have done almost exactly the same checks, and they're about to converge now on Village of Outcasts area.
I believe so. Unless one of them decides to dip Eastern, but I don't think they will.
You know, at this rate, it would be really funny if there was something required in Eastern.
Oh goodness, please don't let me talk things into existence. And here we are listening to the duck sounds.
We get a slightly longer map check on Sir Linkalot's side, confirming that it is indeed Skullwoods for our 3rd pendant. And we also had a vanilla crystal number 1 at Palace of Darkness.
That's interesting. The odds for that must be pretty low. Alright. We've got Sir Linkalot going straight into Skull Woods. I like that.
And
Looks like...
Sailor Nep following suit.
Yep, we have the fire rod. We can full clear it, so...
Tempered Sword will make this moth fight much more palatable than some of the moth fights we saw last week.
Last week, of course, being Spoiler Pilot Keys, which tends to be more low percent than most other modes.
Right, our 2 runners high-fiving while simultaneously pushing and pulling statues somehow.
And Sir Lancelot's going to get the chest before running off to Moth. It's rewarded with cape. I'm not sure if we've seen Bumper Ledge.
We have not. Actually, going for this bridge chest makes sense because with the big keys being shuffled, there's one additional item in Skullwoods, making it 3, and we haven't seen any of them yet.
Well, aside
So
from
if
the
you did
magic
Moth
cape.
first, yeah, you would have to come back for this anyway.
Yep. And we'll see if Moth has an item as well. Moth is not the green pendant, so have to double check, but yeah, deserts are green pendant.
And Moth being logically locked behind all 3 Skullwood small keys means Mothula cannot have a small key.
And here we go. We're gonna high five in the boss room again.
And that is Moth down for Sir Linkalot. Very nicely done. And a cane of Burna and a pendant.
That's honey, both invincibility items for its Skull Woods. Let's go to Spike Cave, boys! I'm joking. And so there's only one item left for us here in Skullwoods, right?
Yes.
Alright, let's see if we can't find it. We can't check the big key chest, so that's one thing we're gonna have to leave behind.
Hopefully it isn't in there.
No one likes to double dip. But that's compass. I don't like the odds for our runners.
2 and 3. Okay, 1 and 2.
Oh, I've jinxed it.
Yeah, well, joke's on us.
Items in big key chest then. If it's something important, we might have to double dip Skullwoods.
Sir Linkalot taking that shiny new cape right over to Bumper Ledge. Sailor Nep following suit.
Just 50 bucks.
Yeah, we've already got all the cash we would ever need.
I don't even think there's anything left to spend cash on it aside from blue potions.
Pod entry and dig game, I guess. That's, what, 190 together?
I forget about pod entry fees. Oh, it's the big of TR. Very nice. Not exactly what our runners are looking for at this point.
Yeah, if you're hoping to skip a couple crystal dungeons, TR is probably one of them.
Definitely one of them, although it is my favorite dungeon. Oh, there's the big of desert. That's nice. So we need to get the Triforce pieces, either on pedestal, on Pyramid Fairy, or in a Ganon Tower basement. So it looks like we're on track for the pedestal Pyramid Fairy version of it. The other most optimal route being 3 crystals and then the 2 red crystals. So you can go into GT basement and Pyramid Fairy to grab your Triforce pieces, make Ganon vulnerable, and heck him up, defeat him.
We did find half magic here in Thieves Town. That's very nice to have. We just saw another heart container, so that's 3 out of 5 items already.
There's
Make
ether.
that 4!
Ooh. Are they taking a death warp? And
Oh, I was looking
getting...
at ice pallets for some reason. We do not have the big key, so we can't continue on here.
Yeah, nothing interesting in the shed. Let's see, where are runners going next? Probably Dig Game and then Stumpy?
Looks to be the case. Do you think they stopped to pick up the Smiths before heading to Dig Game? Not Dig Game, Stumpy.
Maybe. Smith Chain's a bit annoying to do without mirror, though. Blue mail. Blue mail's also a nice safety. Makes the Ganon fight a lot less stressful.
It's almost also my favorite male color. I wonder if you can guess why.
I haven't the foggiest, Blue.
Alright, so both runners picking up the frog. Makes sense, I think.
Yep. They'll probably do a saving quit after Stumpy, if I had to guess. Or maybe not.
Probably gonna take this to Hype Cave, at least.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Draxus in chat is correctly getting the reference to the Blue Link P3 in my name. Thank you.
Which is that player 3 in Four Swords is blue. I think player 4 is purple and player 2 is red.
Yep. And in Four Swords Adventures, they have different pitches for their voice. The blue one is the second lowest one.
Oh, there's Ice Rod and Big Key of Thieves Town. Ooh, we're gonna be heading straight back to Thieves.
Also, we are just a cane of Samaria away from being able to beat TR.
Yep, although I doubt we'll see our runners go for that. I mean, we also need Bombos to get in.
Oh yeah, the hammer! Yes, the hammer is on Spec Rock on the mountain, and we need a mirror to get that.
Oop, I didn't quite catch the medallion requirement for Meyer.
I also missed it.
Chat says it was Ether. Man, we are going on a Smith World Tour. Both of our runners turning in Smith now. This is really interesting. There's a lot of sync going on here.
In fact, I think that Meyer area check may be the only difference between them now.
Oh, we're flying away for Nep. Oh, just to get to Village of Outcast faster.
Nep doing a bit of a double take there, heading to Skull Woods but then turning around.
Forgetting that it was the big key to Thieves Town, maybe?
I'm really hoping for our runner's sake that the Skullwood's big key does not turn up at any point.
Yeah, that would be kind of a nasty check. But we can pretty much fully clear out everything in Thieves Town except for the big key chest, which is locked by hammer. I hope nothing's in that either, for both of our runners' sakes.
Well, we did have a similar situation in Skull Woods where there was one outstanding item, and then it just ended up being in the big chest. There is one outstanding item here in Thieves Town, and there are 3 more locations where it can be.
Maybe it's in the big key chest again! But probably not. We still have a good chance that it's somewhere else.
Yeah, 2 and 3, but we can always invoke the Gambler's Fallacy, and since it happened in Skull Woods, it's not going to happen again, right?
Who knows?
Well, it's 50-50 now.
What? I'll be very amused if I've jinxed our runners again. I mean distressed. Yes. Upset. We're seeing synced up blind fights, but ooh, I think Sir Linkalot just went off script.
That's fine. He can recover just fine. There we go. Nicely done.
Yep. And almost synchronous finishes too. And yep, it's in the big chest. I did it again, Blue.
That is a powerful special ability you've got there. Use it wisely.
Okay. I'll try my best. Alright, so we're off again. Probably do purple chest. Yep. Gonna save and quit straight to Link's house and take it over. Or go to the mountain. That
Well,
works.
we have a flute. But Sir Linkalot wanted that health refill, which suggests he may be going somewhere dangerous shortly after. Perhaps Meyer?
Perhaps. But we do need Kane to full clear it. Kane might be in Meyer, but it's unlikely. But not impossible. Looks like Nep's going to Eastern? Yep.
Interesting.
It took me a minute because of the palette swap. I thought it was Pod. I thought it was Dark World because of the colors.
It does kind of look like, well, did.
Got Sir Linkalot doing the Agena check that Nep did earlier. And we got a big key of Skull Woods. Oh no!
Okay, I jinxed it.
Yeah, you did it that time.
And I imagine the reason Sailor Nep is dipping Eastern first is because then she can walk out and go to the Dark World to go to Pod, whereas she can't do the opposite, not having the mirror.
Yeah. Unfortunately, routing without mirror is a little bit yucky. So we have 2 items, respectively, in the big chests of Skullwood and Thieves that had to be orphaned. One because we didn't have the Skullwood's big key, and one because we didn't have the hammer.
Well, Sir Linkalot is taking Drossie's advice and going into Mire.
You know, King could be in here, or some other required item.
Oh look, more cash!
Yay! We needed it so much. Alrighty, so we'll probably see right side Mire first before we see left side Mire. Nobody likes cutscene chest.
I hope you didn't jinx it again.
Oh no. Not even trying to that time. Okay, we won't overreact unless something's in cutscene chest. There's still so much time for there to be things elsewhere. Plus something could be on Vidi. We can't get to him right now unless Kane's out here. Yep, also heading into Mire. Choosing to continue to orphan the Skullwoods big. I cannot blame her. I think this is the denser check.
Okay, that's one item there in Mire.
And we're gonna see cutscene chest from Sir Linkalot. After this, I think our runners go to Pod. Pod's pretty dense.
Yeah, I can't think of a denser location.
Oh, there's a second item on cutscene chest, but it's not anything fun.
What are you talking about? Bombs are all kinds of fun.
Alright.
Maybe I shouldn't be announcing that on air.
You're fine. You're fine. It's just a bunch of blueberries.
Yeah, they're loaded with antioxidants. Okay, well, item number 3 is just a heart container, so we are out of Mire.
So I would think Pod. Is there anywhere else, really?
Yeah, we can't get to Desert or Hera or Swamp.
We could go to Ice Palace, but it's not really in logic. And I do think our runners are avoiding the non-red crystal dungeons like the plague right now. Oh, we could also go to Skullwoods. Let's see what's
Oh
up
yeah! Sir Linkalot never got a look at Lumberjack Ledge because he fluted to the mountain the first time. Let's see where he goes now.
I think it's Pod in Eastern. Yeah, it's Eastern first.
Oh wait, we don't have the hammer, so we can't actually use that portal.
Nope. I think we can get over to it if we go around North Dark World. Maybe?
Yeah, you'd have to Kern jump, I think? Or...
Aga.
You know, I'm not actually familiar with... Yeah, Aga. Good point.
Aga's... Is an Aga seed? Might be an Aga seed. I don't usually wish Aga on our runners. I think Aga's kind of mean.
Okay,
I
this
think,
could be the Skullwood's big chest here.
yeah, I think Nep's going for the Skullwood big chest, and if it's not that, then it's Aga.
Oh my goodness, is that how you spell Kern Jump? I always thought it was Kern. But according to chat, it's apparently Qirn for those of you who didn't know.
It's probably an acronym for something. It's not Skullwood's big.
Well, that was the sandcart. It's nice to see it at least. Also,
Apparently,
for anyone who didn't know, including myself, Kern is the name of the person who invented the Kern Jump.
Yep. And it looks to be a logical agassiz. I hate to say it. It feels gross, but I think we're gonna see a Kern jump from Nep though.
Well, it
It's
seems
just a
I'm learning
water
all
walk.
sorts of things today. According to chat, Nep set up a water walk in or around the Skullwoods area or something.
Oh dang, I'm not familiar with that trick. But we're gonna go see Catfish. I do believe this is out of logic, but since it's logical Aga, I mean, it's still kind of in logic. There's another big. Hera big.
Interesting. So there could be something valuable trapped in the Hera big chest. But other than that, we can just Hera pot, so we didn't need that to get upstairs to Muldorm. And that's assuming we even clear Hera.
According to Adraxis in chat, to set up Water Walk from Skullwood, you dash along the edge of one of the overworld pits, and bonking on the wall lets you keep the state. Of course, a link to the past being held together by spaghetti, it doesn't surprise me.
Well, thank you, Adraxis. They seem to be very knowledgeable about this game.
Yes, indeedy. They're a friend of mine. Alright, so Nep heading to Pod now, which is... Well, apparently Sir Lancelot just set up a water walk too. Although I think I missed it.
Yeah, I also looked away. Well, Sailor Nep about to enter pod. We have no shortage of cash to pay the monkey.
The monkey can have the rest of our cash, we don't need it. Alright. So we're in the
So
pod.
it looks like... it looks like Sir Lancelot is just following along, and some of those earlier checks that Sailor Nep had done seem to have cashed in, paid out, whatever. She has a little bit of a lead now, it looks like.
So I think this has to be Mirror now. Yep.
You're a prophet.
Oh, it's just what logically comes next. We need Mirror to get Hammer.
Hopefully we don't end up needing to come back and beat Pod, so we don't have to double dip it. But yes, that hammer is probably going to be the next thing on the menu.
Hammer pretty much blows Dark World wide open, so while this was a logically required Agaseed, our runners have our ways. Looks like Flippers. Maybe Cane of Samaria for Go now.
Yeah, for Ped and Pyramid Fairy. That is correct. Flippers for Swamp Palace. And my brain froze for a second. Cane for Mire, yes.
Yes. No worries. Maybe we'll find one of those here. It's more likely that we're gonna go pick a hammer, which will open up a bunch of checks. Oh, hang on. What? That was Flippers?
You know what? Somebody called it earlier in chat. We might actually be able to get away with not getting the hammer this seed. But I think that is where Sailor Nep is going to go now.
Yeah. Let's go. We might see a Hera dip while we're here on the mountain.
Yeah, you can take a quick look at the not the basement, but the first. Oh, I haven't seen that happen very often.
I haven't seen it happen ever. Nep taking a little fall down the stairs. You know, I know Pod is bow locked, but you could get around that by doing the potion glitch and glitching out the mimics, couldn't you?
You could, but I think since we're in one item go mode now, you just want to go to Swamp and try to follow the logic. The logic that we
Fair.
broke, of course, but
Yeah. The logic that we suplexed into submission, yes.
correct me if I'm wrong, but did Sir Linkalot leave before getting the flippers out of Dark Maze?
It kind of looks that way, doesn't it? I think Sir Linkalot dipped out as soon as they realized they could get the hammer.
You know what? I don't blame him. Because if you have to end up clearing Pod, you want that hammer. Oh, he's gonna dip Hera now.
Yeah, that's nice. We'll probably see a full clear of swamp if I had to guess.
Oh, wow!
Okay, well, we're in no mode, chat.
But he needs to go back for those flippers.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless, okay, hang on. If he does all of the dungeons except for the red crystals, he could get Ped and the GT Triforce pieces, which would be horrible.
That would be awful. Why would he do that?
I mean, because in that world he has to go back to Pod for the crystal anyway, so he'd find the flippers, right?
I think so, maybe. Ugh. He wouldn't necessarily need to do Pod in particular, just any 5 crystal dungeons.
Oh, of course, he's already got these done. Which is when oh. You know, this mode is actually really kind of mind-bending. I like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different routes to victory here. So he's gonna pick up the Tower of Hera crystal. Maybe thinking going the red crystal / GT basement.
So I suppose there are multiple routes to victory here, but only one of them is actually good.
Yeah. Oh, nice diver down from that side.
So, ideally, Nep needs to go to Hera, and Sir Linkalot needs to go back to Pod.
It
But
may
I
be a
don't think he
while.
goes back without the bow? Maybe? Maybe not?
I'd probably delay till Bo, but he could clear out the rest of the places with Bo? Either of our runners could use Bo, it's just not the optimal go mode.
Well, Sir Linkalot is now returning to the Mire area. He has all the tools to finish Mire and Desert, I believe.
I think so. Yes. Well, and
Also
if
missed it, but he picked up Bombo somewhere, so that does give him a full clearable TR now.
Oh yeah, that's true. But it does
And
look
that,
like he's still going for pedestal, so I think he's hoping to pick up the flippers somewhere.
alright, so that is both red crystals for Sailor Nep.
Nep can go get their first Triforce piece.
So if you had to figure out which Triforce piece was which, I mean, I would assume the Triforce of Courage would be on pedestal, right? Because that's Link's thing. Ganon would probably keep his Triforce of Power in his own tower.
Yeah,
And
but
then Pyramid Fairy, I guess, makes sense to hold on to the Triforce of Wisdom.
yeah. Plus it's the Hyrule Castle in the Light World, so.
Oh, there's the
Oh, there's.
bow!
Oh no. Uh, that's probably gonna lead Sir Linkalot very astray, but Sir Linkalot is in go mode now, I think.
Yeah, if he just goes back to Pod. You know what? This might not be that disastrous for him after all. He could very well win this race now. Okay, so to take stock of this situation, because I've kind of been talking myself in circles, um, Sir Linkalot does have everything he needs to get his two Triforce pieces, but he's going to have to clear a few more dungeons in order to do that, which will take him some time.
Yep.
And the question is Sailor Nep going to find Samaria fast enough?
That is the question. Samaria would allow Sailor Nep to catch up. I am sort of curious if Sir Linkalot's just going to be go-moding all of these dungeons, or if he'll look around for the flippers.
So Nep has to do Desert regardless. She's going to find her bow, and if she never finds Samaria, she is also in go mode. She just needs to do 3 more crystals. She could do Eastern,
She could do Hera.
and of course, if she does Hera, then she could just take Samaria to. Oh, this is interesting. Like she could go to Ice.
Yeah, she could switch go modes if she finds Samaria along the way.
This is actually really cool. I'm loving this mode.
Yeah, I really like it so far. This has a lot of route versatility and different end games to think about.
if it turns out both of our runners go for GT, both of our runners will have been aiming for one go mode, but then the two of them shifted gears into two different go modes.
And it does look like Nep's still looking for Samaria, which is the more ideal of the go modes. But Nep is in go mode now. And we're going to pod, it looks like.
I think
Oh no,
she's going to go
Eastern.
finish Eastern, so she seems to have shifted gears. She did not complete Desert.
Oh. Oh, she's going for a 3 crystal finish. And Pyramid Fairy as well. Or GT Basement, I should say.
Alright, so if this stands up as our targeted go modes, Sailor Nep needs to collect 3 more crystals, one of which is Eastern. And Sir Linkalot is going to get his third pendant here, but he also needs 3 more crystals. He doesn't have the flippers, so he can't do Swamp. He doesn't have the pod Big Key, so he may end up doing TR.
Which is one of the longest dungeons in the game, and not the greatest.
Well, no matter what happens, we're going to have some interesting interviews after this race.
Oh, I believe so. So, we're gonna do Eastern. I think well, maybe we won't do Pod. I feel like you would have gone into Dark World first since you have the hammer and mirror Eastern and then do Pod.
I mean, we would do Pod, I think, if we had the Big Key.
Oh,
or if it turns up soon.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot. So, we do have Ice Palace and we do have Tower Hera. And that's everything that Nep needs, actually. Actually, this is the 5 crystal go mode actually might be better for Nep than the Samaria one.
Alright, Sir Linkalot pulling the Triports of Courage off the pedestal.
Heck yeah. I guess you could also argue that the Pyramid Triforce is the Power Triforce, because it's the Pyramid of Power.
Yeah, I did think about that. Because also, Zelda's
Yeah.
been kidnapped, right? So maybe Ganon's just stuck her Triforce of Wisdom in his basement or something.
Yeah, and you also get the Pendant of Wisdom, I think, off of Tower of Hera, and GT is just Dark World Tower of Hera, so...
Yeah, and A Link to the Past being funny in that the Pendant of Wisdom is red and the Pendant of Power is blue. They had not established the color scheme that is now universal in the Zelda series at that time.
Very nifty. But we're definitely gonna go Ice Palace, and then if I had to guess, it would be Tower of Hera over TR, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Unfortunately, no Samaria, so she cannot Icebreaker.
That's not too bad. So both of our runners have one piece of the Triforce. Sir Linkalot is missing 3 crystals. Well, I think, yeah, Nep is only missing 2 right now.
So I would say Nep has a pretty significant lead at this point, especially considering Sir Linkalot is probably going to have to do TR at this point.
That does seem to be the way. But one of the problems with GT Basement as a Triforce piece location is I think it could be anywhere in basement.
Yes, someone in chat did bring up the point that it could be Samaria locked.
Is there a check in Samara? Oh yeah, the right side. But Nep will find Cane of Samaria, for sure.
I mean, it's very good for her that it is where it is, in this case.
Absolutely. I don't think Nep will miss it. Unless Nep skips that one check, which seems unlikely since it's just so close to the front door. Ooh, very nice cold stare fight so far. Ooh, but getting bullied by the puffs a little bit. Whoopsie. Spoke
Nicely
too
done.
soon. But yes, it was a nice kill. Alright, so that's Ice Palace down. One more crystal for Nep. 2 more for Sir Lancelot.
Now, I am no expert on Ice Palace key logic, but we found a small key on Cold Stare, and I don't recall if that means that Ice Palace is Samaria locked or not.
I don't think Ice Palace is Samaria locked. Chat says it is in normal modes. This is kind of a crazy fun mode. I've really been enjoying it.
Oh yeah, me too. Hopefully our audience has been enjoying it just as much as we have.
Ooh, Nep's not gonna check it. Nep's going straight to Moldorm.
Well, there is a, 5 in 22 chance that it's going to cause her a problem?
Oh, I just realized we can do GT Big Key game, but GT Triforce game this time. We might get a quick check. After we kill Moldorm. Oh, chat's already getting their guesses in. Where's the Triforce? I think it's 1 to 22 if we take out the big key chest.
Oh, of course. Sailor Nep needs to go to the Dark World to go to GT.
Chat's being very nice and very mean. Some of these are very early checks and some of these are very late ones. We'll see if Nep missing Samaria matters.
Very nice cold stare fight there on Sir Lancelot's side.
And we're into GT.
That looks so weird with just 5 crystals circling around.
Yeah, I've seen some modes where it's randomized entirely, so you can have 2 or 3. It's a little bit odd. Alright, we're gonna check Hope Room. That's 1. It's 2! No one in
Wow!
chat got it, but that was really lucky for Nep.
Incredibly convenient.
So Nep has both Triforce pieces and just needs to defeat Ganon now. Meanwhile, Sir Linkalot has to go through all of TR. And then still pick up the Triforce piece from GT.
Yeah, and on Tempered Sword, 13 Hearts Blue Mail, and having a couple safeties in her bottles, I think Sailor Nep is not going to have a hard time with this Ganon fight.
I don't think so either.
By the way, I never did actually catch where Bombos was when Sir Linkalot picked it up.
I didn't either, but it must have been somewhere where he went that Nep didn't go. Apparently, here a big chest.
Oh, interesting. And it looks like the 1-1 there from Sailor Nep. Sir Linkalot just picked up a book in TR.
You'll love to see it.
And we are about to find out where those silver arrows were.
Ooh, I wonder. It was in GT.
Bit of a quick swap mishap there. But it's fine, we got half magic, plenty of magic to spare.
This is a very clean Ganon fight. Aside from missing Torch Glitch.
So fun fact about those fire bats is I believe they knock you back in the direction opposite that you're holding. So Sailor Nep did take a hit there, but she must have let go of the D-pad and didn't actually go flying into the pit. So good heads up play there, and that is Ganon down for Sailor Nep. She
Get
just
your
needs to cross this
GGs in
bridge.
chat. Alrighty, finishing with an official race time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 58 seconds. Sailor Nep is our winner!
And Sir Linkalot is going to retire from this race, which makes sense. You really don't want to have to go through the entire rest of TR.
Congratulations to Sailor Nep. Let's see if we can get either of our runners in here for an interview.
Any second now, oh, there we go.
Hello, congratulations! GG's!
Well, thanks for the GGs. That was pretty fun, actually.
Oh, it was a blast to watch.
Yeah, I bet with both of us missing different major items, too.
Yeah. Samaria was in Tower Hera.
It would be, wouldn't it?
It's in
And we are joined by Sir Link-a-Lot as well.
Thank
hello,
you.
GG's.
GG.
So, how about this seed? It's kind of fun to watch. Actually, really fun to watch. Sorry.
Yeah, leave it to me to roll technically an egg required logical seed. So
Yeah, that was pretty silly. I've had a hard time getting like a good read on the whole situation with this one. Like, I never quite felt like I knew what the best move was. At one point, I ended up thinking I could YOLO the pod sequence break here, but I've just decided not to do it until it was basically the last thing, so that was no good.
You both were pretty synced up almost for the entire early portion of the race. And then, Nep, you picked up flippers in Dark Maze and bailed out, and Sir Link-a-Lot bailed out right after getting the mirror in pod.
Yeah, right up until then, the seed seemed like it was very, very linear, and you were both going for the same target of doing Ped and Pyramid Fairy, but then you both ended up having to branch off and aimed for two different end games.
Yeah, I think what's hard about this mode is, for example, when I grabbed the hammer, I did think about going into Hera, but I'm just like, you know, if I go in there and I don't find anything, and suddenly maybe I have to consider doing Hera Basement, that doesn't seem good. So one item from Go mode, I chose to just stay on the critical path as much as possible. I guess my one regret would be I could have maybe, once I decided to go for 5 crystals, I could have started with hair, but then even then I don't think I would have gotten Samaria. I would have just done the exact path I did, so I don't know.
Hey, that's fair. Was it interesting being able to switch up what your go mode was?
Yeah, it's kind of a cool idea, but I kind of feel like in my particular position I'm sort of locked into the path, so to speak. It was just a matter of whichever comes first, I'm gonna act on it. I did a couple extra checks after bow, just really simple in the way stuff like an ice palace, just in case Samaria showed up. But I pretty much had to stick to what I had. Because for all I knew, even after learning Ice Palace was Samaria locked, I thought, if the item I'm missing outside of GT is the pod big key, then for all I know, Samaria could still be in GT. It turns out that wasn't the case, but it could have been for all I knew.
Yeah, and you pulled the Triforce piece in Hope Room, which was pretty ideal for you.
Yeah, I would have been pretty stressed if it had been locked over on the right. I would have just had to start going through things in order.
Oh yeah, we were a little worried about that possibility.
Yeah, granted, in this case in Hera, I would have gotten it more or less right away, but it would not have felt good at all.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Sir Link-a-Lot, any thoughts about this seed?
no, I was kind of the same as Nip, as I was like switching stuff up. The reason I went to hair right after grabbing hammer was I kind of was looking. I'm like, well, technically flippers could be in GT. Like I was like, I don't really want to gamble on. I'm gonna find the flippers. I was doing like greed checks and ice palace when I was going through there, hoping to find pod big key, because I'm just like going in back and clearing pod is a heck of a lot faster than going and having to do all of TR. But that's kind of what I was. As soon as I picked up the bow, I was like, that's go mode, but this isn't really the go mode I want to see, because that means I have to do TR. And I'm just like, if Net finds flippers, either, and you know, especially I already had Samara's, like, if Net finds Samara and flippers, like, she's going to be done well ahead of me. And even if not, and you find Bo and kind of miss Samara, it's just like, you still don't have to do TR. So I'm just like, yeah, this isn't what I wanted to see, so.
Yeah, just got a little unlucky. But you both ran an amazing race, and you should both feel awesome about that.
Yeah, I'll be excited to watch it back.
I think you'll be interested to watch it back, because there was... You had a lot of sync going on for a while, and then you went crazy with Divergence, so it was a good race. Well,
Alright, well with that, I think I'm okay to step off here, but thanks so much for having me, and GG once again, Sir Linkalot. That was very interesting.
Yeah, GG's. Definitely was.
Yeah, thanks to you two for putting on an awesome show for us. We had a great time. Thank you also to Zorender for doing our tracking and keeping us honest. And our trackers are our MVPs, as Lullaby Fox said at the beginning. And of course, thank you to Lullaby Fox for joining me here in the booth.
and thank you. I had a wonderful time, and we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.